tomorrow, fellas. What are you gonna bring to the doggone tape? Are you gonna bust somebody in their mouth? Are you gonna do your doggone job? Are you gonna play from your doggone chest? Are you gonna play from your heart and get everything you doggone got? Cause I'ma do that.
I was doing a interview recently, and they asked me, what pushes you, what allows you to, get where you want to go, and I said, proving people wrong. But then a thought came into my mind really quickly, and it's like proving the people right that have, believed in me since day one, and that describes Weddington to a T. No, my hometown means a huge deal to me. I take a lot of pride in Weddington. I don't know if y'all could hear the rooster right there, but I take a lot of pride in Weddington and growing up, here and just all the support that I've gotten. So these are pretty much all accolades that my brother and I got throughout our high school years. We joke around. James has the majority of everything on this wall. James, football MVP, captain's award, coach's award, football warrior, that's offensive MVP, captain award. Those are all James. I think I only get my name up here a couple times. James, most valuable player in lacrosse. Here we go. I'm the bottom row here, okay? I'm the bottom row.
When high school came around, probably the most exciting play that we ever had in football was the state championship game, and James was a senior and Will was a 10th grader. Coach Capone ran a double reverse pass and James threw a bomb touchdown to Will.
It was like early on. I think it was like the first or second drive.
Yeah, I think it was because we scored on our first two drives.
Yeah.
And we got backed up to 3rd and 28. And I'd been begging Coach Capone to let me throw the ball.
Hand off to James Shipley. Sees a man downfield. The pass is up. And it's caught. It's Will Shipley.
I'm not a great thrower of the football, but
It wasn't bad.
Will made a play.
No,
It's a lot better than the floater.
Davis Allen passes. Yeah, I think that was actually a basketball pass. Not
It was.
That wasn't a football. Yeah, we've never been known to be quarterbacks in this family.
But don't let Coach Riley hear that. We got to have a running
Yeah, well,
pass or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always been very, very close in terms of, my family and I, my relationship with my parents, and especially my relationship with my brother. Oh, I remember a lot of afternoons I would just come inside and I don't even know what I was saying. I'd be in trouble for something. For getting into a fight or
Go off a little bit of steam.
yeah.
I used to have to you'd get so angry I'd have to pin you down, and I put my knee on his biceps.
It's funny, it was bigger than me.
We even had a dent in the wall upstairs corner for a little because I beat Will in a game of FIFA or something like that, and he swung the pull-up bar at me.
Yuck though.
And hit the corner of the wall.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm good at drywall, so.
My dad and my mom always emphasized to us, even when we would, get in fights over, sports or video games, whatever the case was. They would always emphasize that you don't fight your brother, you love your brother. That always kind of seemed a little off to me when I was young, because I'd get mad and I'd want to fight him. We want to go at it and kind of butt heads. But as I grew older and I gained more knowledge, matured a little bit, I truly understood how important it was to love him, because all he's ever done in my life is help me.
Here's Shipley. Right side. Now goes back to his right hand. Gets below goal line. Extended. Has a man up top. There's Will Shipley. Shot and a goal. The Shipley connection working today.
Welcome to the home of the WCWAA Weddington Titans. This is where we grew up. Pretty much everything: lacrosse, football, soccer on the backfields over there. I mean, it's where we played everything. My dad coached here before we were playing any sports.
Keep a stick on the outside. Yeah, literally. See how many in a row we can get. It's like not talked about now at all, but Will was like a 5-star lacrosse player.
Shoot, I was like close to committing my 8th grade year, you know?
Yeah.
It's nuts. And to think about it, I didn't even get an offer for football until after my freshman year, going into my sophomore year.
Going into sophomore year.
It's funny because like lacrosse was actually my first sport, and
football
football was your
mine,
first sport, and we like would teach each other. You know, you teach me football, and I teach you lacrosse early on.
I still think if I was 6'2" or above, if I would have got the height gene, I would have played basketball. I might have been one and done to the NBA.
Where would you have gone?
I don't know, probably Duke or Kentucky.
Duke or Kentucky.
Maybe Kansas.
Polo some screen time. So this is our old pup, Polo. He is does not like to. Oh,
Probably one of the funniest dynamics about our family is everybody knows how competitive like we are and how competitive all of us are, but probably the one that they would say is the least competitive is Tammy, and she's actually probably the most competitive.
Well, right.
So I would like come home. We had a basketball goal at our house, and I'd come home and she'd show me video of her beating Will and James in basketball. They were like 3 and 5, and she was like dunking on them on the small goal. And so
No,
if you
this
wonder,
was not a small goal. This was a real goal.
but you were not letting your kids win.
Oh, it was so bad. I would just be, when you get hot, you get hot.
When you get hot on a 7-foot rim. You know, with my parents, it's always been just love for them and kind of the same sense of as I've grown older and matured, I understand why they're so hard on me, so tough on me, and I've been very transparent with them with my goals and what I want to do in life, and you know, they've always kept me on track.
Big James, my husband, is kind of was the master of just putting this into their head and having them prioritize things. And the first would be faith, and then family. School comes next, and then sports, and then social last. But all of these all of these are important in your life to make a full person. But putting them in this order just helps keep our boys on the right path.
Always just have a different level of love for them and my brother because of not only what they've done for me, but they're always there for me. You know, every time I have a great accomplishment or every time, you know, I fail. You know, those are the 3 people that I do it for on this earth.
Where are we?
Yeah, right.
Where are we?
So right now we are in the shred shed. This is the origin story of Will Shipley. No, I'm kidding, but my brother and I joke around all the time. It's gritty in here. A lot of hours spent in here. You can see the art done by Mama Ship. R backwards for the jocks, baby. You know how it rolls. We'll start off with the heavy bag. A lot of cardio on this. As you can see, we kind of got, you know, just all the letters and you know, recruitment posters that we got. You see, we just got one bar in here. It's a little rusted over with some old weights. So, you know, Coach Sweeney always says, live modern, train old. But this place is just gritty. I mean, if you're out here in, you know, November, December, it is freezing in here. We don't have any heaters. There's no AC out here because this place is rough. We love it though.
Yeah, I really learned to love that point of exhaustion.
just the point of thinking that you don't have anymore. I know David Goggins' famous quote that, when you think you're done, you're only at 40% capacity, and you really can push beyond that. And I think it's so important for, everybody watching this that, if you have very far-fetched goals that others would look at and think that, they're not obtainable, that's because 95% of people on this earth do not push themselves to that point. And if you're willing to go beyond what you think is required and what your body thinks you can do, you're already in that top 5%, and you're setting yourself up for success.
Will is a uber intense guy when he gets on the field, but he's also very vocal and outgoing. The first time I really saw the crazy eyes, though, was against Furman.
Uiagalelei takes a shotgun snap, gives it to Shipley, and Shipley into the end zone, left side, touchdown.
Then they scored the touchdown against Furman, and they got a close-up of the linebacker said something to him, and they kind of went face to face, and somebody called a perfect picture of Will's face, just back of the end zone. With his tongue out and his eyes were going all wacko, and that's where it all started. Now they catch his eyes and his tongue like that all the time.
The first memory that I have of intentionally doing something like that, and I don't even intentionally do it anymore, but was Pop Warner football. I walk out there for captains. And I just remember always wanting to make the other team scared. So I would go out there and I would just have a fake twitch on. And I'd be I got the eyes locked in. I would just try to scare them. And I don't know if that's where it all started or what, but yeah, I just see some of the pictures sometimes and I'm just like, holy cow. What about you really doing that out there?
We all got a responsibility today, right? Hold each other accountable. You know your role. Succeed in your role. Help this team win a football game tonight, all right? Let's go. Let's go. RB's on 3. 1, 2, 3. RB's. Let's go.
The game of football means so much to me. The first thing that I think about when I'm connecting with the game of football is hard work. It was one of the first things that taught me what hard work was, and whether it's out in the light or in the dark, just being able to show everybody all the work you put in when the lights are turned on, and you've got shooting out Clemson about 85,000 in the stands.
Shipley fires ahead at the 10. He hurt on the man. Touchdown. Oh my!
It's so nice for me to be able to just get away from anything and go on that field and just play the game that I believe I was put on this earth to play, and just go out there and enjoy it. Always with a smile on my face, always leaving there with joy inside my heart, because the game of football just does that to me.
That's what God put me on this earth to do, baby.
I believe that God put me on this earth to carry out a little bit of my life playing the game of football and gaining a platform through the game of football and my talents that He gifted me with to be able to give back to the next generation. Just love giving back, putting smiles on other people's faces, because I know in return it does it for me, and I know God, the person I ultimately do life for, is also smiling from above.
All right, I've actually got one thing that I got to request. Okay. You got to pick me up doing that.
That's so funny.
That was months and months of work.
In round 4 of the Philadelphia Eagles draft, Will Shipley, running back from Clemson. Shipley is one of the players the Eagles deemed as a Red Star candidate. We'll talk more about that later. Shipley attended Weddington High School in North Carolina. Shipley was rated the second best running back in the class by ESPN and committed to play college football at Clemson during his junior year. During his sophomore season, he was named first.
Players Will Shipley. Face of the program on and off the field. He's smart, consistent, well-rounded goal setter. He's tough and resilient on and off the field. He overcame a brain tumor that he had his senior year of high school and never missed time with football. And his high passion, competitiveness, and intensity fit perfect for the city. My player is Will Shipley.
I've got nothing but love for the city, and to finally be here. And I think it kind of hit me last night when I sat down in my hotel room. I'm like, you know, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm staying, and I couldn't be more happy.
I know you have a reputation being well-rounded, got receiving ability, some of that lacrosse background. How much did that help you when it came to footwork and things like that?
Yes, sir. Yeah, it was definitely a big deal. You know, when I was a kid growing up, there was no specialization in athletics for the Shipley family. You know, we really did everything that we could.
See your role with the Eagles and your thoughts on Barkley. I don't know if he was a guy you watched or anything like that growing up.
Oh, heck yeah. You know, when he was at Penn State and then his years on the Giants to being in Philadelphia now.
I really like this guy because he had a brain aneurysm, and there was some going on with his brain to where, the guy had to, overcome tons of adversity and still was able to be productive at Clemson. I mean, bro, that's an amazing story. It's a testament to his will to just be great and his will to overcome and his will to fight and persevere. It's extremely amazing. I would like to see him get some reps over Kenneth Gainwell. I don't know how happy he is with the Eagles. Some of his practice footage he's put out, his training footage that he put out recently, it looks like there's a lot to be desired there. So I don't know, man, but I would love to see Will Shipley out there and see what he can do.
Texas A&M wide receiver Anias Smith was arrested early this morning and was released on bond this afternoon. Texas A&M University Police Lieutenant tells Fox 44 News that Smith was pulled over at around 2:15 after he was caught speeding. Lieutenant Bobby Richardson says Smith failed to pass a standard field sobriety test and was arrested for driving while intoxicated. Officers also found a loaded gun and a single roll joint in Smith's car. He was taken to the Brazos County Jail. After the Texas A&M Athletics Department learned of the incident, they say that per department policy, Smith has been suspended from the team. The athletic department said that Smith will also no longer represent A&M at SEC Media Days.
Update this evening on Texas A&M star wide receiver Anias Smith. His attorney saying earlier this evening, Smith, who you'll recall was arrested last week by campus police and charged with DUI, unlawful carrying of a weapon, and drug possession. But his attorney saying tonight all those charges have been dismissed against his client.
I did the orthopedic exam and they had found out that I had a stress fracture in my shin. Ended up running pretty good at the little pro day. Everybody, or all the scouts, they was asking me if I was actually going to do the pro day since I had found out that I had like a little fracture in my shin and whatnot. Yeah, so I ended up doing pro day. You know what I'm saying? I ended up doing pro day. One of y'all had asked what my 40 time was at the pro day. Boys had ran like high 4.4, low 4.5, something like that. My first one I think was better than my second one. Position drills though, killed. I ain't gonna hold. Killed the position drills. Like, them boys was very impressed is what I kept getting. I'm very impressed that you did everything on a broken leg. Like, the competitiveness that you had to go out there and compete on. I just started doing a little rehab. That's why you can see me lift my leg up and whatnot now. I'm starting to get a little strength back.
So as y'all can see, man, I got the little stem machine going. That's where they had did the procedure, right? I had went above my knee, fam, and put a rod through my leg. When this joint cut on, 10 seconds on, 30 seconds off.
Was the 152nd pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. The Philadelphia Eagles select Anias Smith.
First day in the locker room. Mama, we made it. Now I'm trying to like stay in here. Feel me? We gotta get that tea. Get that tea. Today's signing day for me, so I'm gonna go sign my contract. Okay.
Swole. Yeah. I'm in this show with that man, Johnny Wilson. Come on. Yeah. But like I said, I'm finna go eat me some lunch, so I'm gonna catch y'all. We got BG in this. Jay Hurts, they in here testing. Hey, yeah, I know. Huh? That smell good? Yeah, that smell good. Let me see. Okay. What they talking about, Jay? At the bottom. Right here, the names of them. Right here. I tell y'all my secrets. Okay, yeah. I might want to hide y'all. That man Jay Hurts be so serious. I don't even know if he like approve of me having a YouTube. I'm a fat salad. That's how you coming? Okay. Okay, with the chicken. Yeah. The boys just got done with today. We got this little barbecue. A little rookie barbecue that we got to do, so tap in there. So who cheese and who not? He's cheese and you not. That's what we eating today.
One of the 3 Philadelphia Eagles 5th round picks, the Eagles select Anias Smith. Anias Smith, he's a smooth athlete who has quickness to get in and out of breaks and enough speed to be a playmaker at all 3 levels of the field. He played both running back and slot receiver in college and offers position versatility. He's an accomplished punt returner and kick returner. He's very tough with the ball in his hand, excels after the catch, and his experience as a return man shows up on offense. And according to Pro Football Focus, he caught 94.7% of his catchable targets in his direction last season, which is one of the highest marks in a class and ranks in the 92nd percentile of all receivers drafted in the late decade. Anias Smith has great vision with the ball in his hand and is a tough runner. His versatility and ability to run after the catch makes him extremely valuable for the Eagles. Listed as a running back / receiver, I think he can be a solid NFL player. He reminds me of Greg Ward with the upside of Deebo Samuel. During Eagles rookie minicamp, Anias Smith reveals how his experience at running back could potentially help him moving forward with the Eagles.
Going into, I guess you could say, the running back room was a little bit different, just learning the different protections, learning different run plays, who's going to be blocking who and whatnot. But honestly, me having the ball in my hand, I've been doing that since I was a little kid. And then once I had got to the collegiate level, playing running back was a little different steps and all of that. But once I had learned basically to read my blocks, learning how to understand basically things are going to happen, and when things don't happen the way that you want them to, then, you know, I have a counter against it. But then at the same time, once I had went back to the receiving room, it became natural, like little bubble routes, open field space, things like that. Just having the ball in my hand, it was just natural. So I got the ball in my hand, yes, you can tell that it helped for sure.
I was on the varsity staff when he came in as a freshman, and he started out at our freshman mini camp, and I think we let him stay out there for about 10 minutes, and we knew right away that he didn't belong with that group of kids at that point in time, and that he would never be challenged with them, or he was going to hurt somebody at that level. So it was pretty obvious early that he needed to be up with us on the varsity level.
Trevor is 6'6", 300, and can do the splits. So, you know, talking about size and flexibility, that's super unique for linemen.
My first offer, I did a camp at Northwestern, and I had no idea that they were going to offer me. Like, I thought it was just like a normal camp. Like, I didn't even want to go because I was in baseball. And then when they offered me, when Coach Fitzgerald offered me, I was just like, this is like the most crazy thing. Like, I wouldn't even, like, because I never thought I could ever be a Division I football player. But everybody told me I was, but I never thought I could. And when the day happened, it was like, I still remember it. I remember every part of it.
Well, you look at the schools where kids get offers from around here, and I mean, Trevor has all 4 college football playoff teams that have offered him, you know, and that's super rare. Typically, kids around here, it's, you know, you got the MAC schools, and maybe, you know, you get a couple Big Ten offers, but, you know, pretty much every school in the nation, that's unique as far as that goes.
I documented this year from November through March when the open recruiting period came in, and I tracked all the schools that came in, and just in that window, along with teaching 6 classes a day, I had 110 different schools that came in to the building just for this year. So I was doing that obviously last year as well, but didn't take the time to kind of mark it down and really see what it was. And that doesn't count the emails and text messages and phone calls that I was getting all the time.
So it was Alabama, Clemson, Georgia, Michigan, Ohio State, Penn State. So the thing about those schools was I was the most comfortable there. My family went on visits there, and it really felt like they could make me into a football player that I've always wanted to be. I feel like it's a home there. My parents feel comfortable being there, and then my parents can go watch me play. Those are like the four main things that that really contributed to this.
Action. Cool. I love to win. I'm very competitive, and winning, if you're playing this game, you're not winning, it's not worth it. My decision to return was because I just want to win a national championship. My parents both worked really hard, to get me to, where I am. Just showing me, the blue collar mentality, care for others, to do everything the right way. And for me, I'm just like personally self-driven. I feel like just all that combined, you're gonna be successful in life. I've been wanting, to be in the NFL. I've been wanting to play college football my whole life. I fell in love with the game when I was 4 years old. I was never the kid who was playing video games in middle school and high school. I was always out. I was just always a sports kid, and football was always my dream. I worked my tail off in high school, and I'm continuing to do it to, reach my goals in the NFL. My mom grew up 20 miles away from here in Livonia, Michigan. My grandma's side, they all live in Ohio. My grandma's a huge Buckeye fan. It was a Thanksgiving tradition for our family to go watch the Ohio State-Michigan game. I didn't know who to root for when I was growing up, but yeah, it's a little awkward now. This is our weight room. It's definitely one of the best weight rooms in the country. We're in here probably almost every day, 6 days a week. You get a lot of laughs in here, but you really train your butt off. These are our ramp sprints and jumpy things. This is the part of the weight room that I probably dislike the most, to be honest with you. We'll have a 150-pound medicine ball and walk it up the ramp, and it just kicks you in the butt. Over here is our dumbbell section. This is usually like where the freakiest guys on the team kind of come out. I saw Chris Jenkins, Turkish get up, I believe it was 180 pounds. It was pretty impressive. Like in high school, I thought I knew what I was doing, and you come here and then you actually realize you have no idea what you're talking about or anything like that. It'll definitely humble you. It makes you want to get better. This is the Joe Moore Award. This is a Grippo Award that's given to the best offensive line in the country. We've been lucky and thankful enough to win it the past 2 seasons. And they keep it right here, so we get to see it every day when we walk in. It's a little motivation, to be able to win it again next year. That's always the goal. I mean, I'm coming up on my 5th year, and it feels like yesterday, I just got on campus. So you come here as a 17, 18-year-old, not really knowing, what you want to do in life, and then you just figure it out in your 4 or 5 years in college. You definitely learn, and you grow as a person, you build relationships, and it really does change you. It's crazy. It's pretty special. My decision to return was just the feeling I had after the TCU game. That was the biggest thing for me. My mindset the whole time was, we were going to play the national championship against Georgia. And for that not to happen, it really just stung me because, we came up short. For me personally and our team, that's not good enough. We want to take the next step. We want to win a national championship. I have a lot of goals, for the team and for myself individually. We want to beat the state teams, we want to win the Big Ten, and we want to win a national championship. For me personally, I just want to, continue on the legacy of number 77. I want to be an All-American. My goal is, have my picture up on the walls here. Those who stay will be champions, and our success the last 2 years just shows, if you really do stay, you train, you work hard, you work as a team, you will be champions.
Keegan attended Crystal Lake South High School in Crystal Lake, Illinois. He was rated among the top recruits on the offensive line and received scholarships from multiple schools, including Georgia, Penn State, and Michigan. He committed to play at the University of Michigan in December 2018. As a junior in 2021, Keegan started 11 games. Prior to the 2022 season, Keegan lost approximately 30 pounds, going from around 340 to 343 pounds to around 303 to 305 pounds. In 2023, Keegan returned for a 5th season and started all 15 games as Michigan would win a national championship. Keegan was named All Big Ten for a 2nd consecutive season. He has 44 career starts, 37 career starts at left guard, 0 sacks allowed in 2023, 3 sacks allowed in his entire career, 90 and 982 pass block snaps per PFF. He's only penalized 6 times with more than 2,200 snaps. He has championship pedigree, having won a national championship, and shows great character traits that was on full display when he chose to stay at Michigan and earn his starting spot instead of transferring. And incredibly disciplined, dropping 30 pounds in 2022. Keegan could have chose to transfer from Michigan after the lack of playing time, but he believed in himself, and the work he put in paved his way to a national championship, all while dropping 30 pounds and completely changing his physical makeup, which is extremely hard to do as a professional athlete. Here's more insight as to how he will be used. Further background into Keegan as he gives us insight into his versatility during Eagles rookie minicamp.
You know, our scheme at Michigan is very similar to what it is here. Like I said, it's just different terminology, but you know, establishing the line of scrimmage and making sure a run game to open up a pass game, you know, I love that identity, and there's a lot of similarities and parallels, and I'm just excited, and I feel like I fit this scheme very well. Yeah, I'm comfortable, you know, anywhere in the interior 3. I'm actually ambidextrous, so it's not that hard, but you know, anywhere they put me, I'm gonna work my tail off to, you know, do the best I can.
You have extensive experience at left guard, played a lot there at Michigan. Curious how you look at maybe potentially moving to the right side if you have that in your skill set, and also the pre-draft process. I know you talked about Stout calling you after. Did you have a sense that the Eagles were interested?
Yeah, so obviously we met at the Senior Bowl and at the Combine and stuff, and I told him, I was like, I love the way you guys play. I feel like I fit, you know, the identity of your team. So yeah, position versatility, to be able to be, you know, swing guard, maybe get in there at center was a huge thing for me, and I practiced that this past 4 months, snapping, and you know, definitely stuff on the right side as well. So you know, I think that was a huge thing that I wanted to show and display to these teams, and I'm excited to do that and, you know, hit the ground running in rookie minicamp.
They don't respect us. They don't know about our heart, man. That thing is beating in your doggone chest right now. Whatever you got today,